This is not really happening. You bet your life it is.
Hi guys, so today I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about something that happened in the beginning of my awakening. I'd been on the path for probably 2 years, and the path, I mean just following spirituality, looking into the new age sort of thing, contacting past loved ones. So after my brother died, I started getting into all that. But about a year and a bit ago, I had a day where I couldn't deny that I really felt that I was getting messages. I'd been feeling like I'd been getting messages for quite some time, but I was ignoring them, or I was talking myself out of it, as we do. So this day was pretty much the pinnacle of where I started to actually really believe. So started like any other day. I was on my learners, so everywhere I went, my poor dear mother had to come with me. So dropping the kids at school, everything. So I was on my learners. I went out to put the kids in the car to take them to school and daycare. 8-month-old baby, freezing cold, pouring rain, and I'd left my lights on overnight, so my battery was dead. So organised to get the kids to school, etc, etc, organised for the RACQ to come out and fix the battery. So it is pouring torrential rain. It is dark like nighttime, even though it's like the middle of the morning. And after he fixes the battery, he tells me that I've got to drive around for half an hour to make sure the battery works or something. I'm not a car person. So I ring my mum, who's just gotten home after dropping my kids at school. Mum, can you come? I've got to drive around for half an hour. So she had to come with me. We've got the baby in the car. Pouring rain. Half the roads are cut around here. So drove around, came home. I had an appointment that afternoon at the doctor for the kids. So I was planning to go pick them up from school and daycare, go straight over to the doctor. Of course, my poor mother in tow. So after a ridiculous day where, you know, by the time the battery got fixed, we'd driven around, still pouring rain, dark as anything. For some reason, I didn't cancel the kids' appointment. Normally I would have. I don't know why this day I just didn't. So just before I was running out the door to go pick the kids up from school to take them to the doctor, I grabbed a book out of the second drawer in the kitchen, ripped a piece of paper out. I was writing 3 things that I needed from Woolies on the way home. So I wrote them down. I look at the paper and there's handwriting on the paper. And I recognise the handwriting straight away. It's my grandmother's handwriting. My grandmother had been passed for 11 to 13 years. She'd been passed. I hadn't kept that book because her handwriting was in it. I didn't know there was any writing in it. So then I look at what it actually says, and it says flu injection, which is what I was taking the kids to get, ? So, car broken down. Have to drag my mum everywhere in the middle of a flood, pouring rain. Still wasn't enough. Then I get a piece of paper with my passed on grandmother's handwriting that says flu injection ? Seriously, still didn't get it. Thought that was cool. Oh wow, Nan's writing. Went grab mum. Look at this. Ha, cool. So driving along, get to the doctor's, and we had to walk undercover along some shops to get to the doctor's. So I'm pushing the baby in the pram. I've got my just 4-year-old son beside me, and my 6-year-old daughter's skipping along in front. Now there's no driveways, you know, she's on the footpath near shops, she's perfectly safe. However, for some reason, I said, come back here, stand with the pram. Now, I would normally say that if there was cars, driveways, something like that. She was absolutely safe, side of the road, on a footpath. I don't know. I just said it. I didn't even think about it. Just said it. She turned around, came straight back to the pram, and as she did, split second, car jumps the curb, smashes into the shop exactly where she was. So if I hadn't have said that, there's no doubt she'd be dead. And we just stood there. Everyone was okay. The shop's window was smashed completely. Nobody was hurt. We went to the doctors and we were just sitting there and we were in shock. I mean, it is a shocking thing to have that happen in front of you so close. Within not even seconds of my daughter would have been there. I don't know why I said it. I just said it. I didn't even think about it. I just said it. And thankfully, she did it immediately. Like, you know, kids, busy, singing, dancing, could have just kept on their merry way, because usually you have to say things 3 or 4 times, let's face it. And I was in shock. I was in shock. For probably 3 days, absolute shock. What if, what if, what if? I mean, we all know that you can lose anyone at any time. But to have something like that happen in front of your eyes, I could not imagine losing a child. I mean, I feel so sorry. My heart goes out to people that have, because I just don't know how you would carry on. And my heart goes out to them. My hat goes off to them, because that is probably one of my worst fears and most parents' worst fears. And I was really shaken up over it. So about 2 nights later, I was up in the middle of the night by myself, feeding the baby. And I was still pretty shaken up. And middle of the night, I had no lights on, just sitting in the dark, feeding the baby. And the video player turned itself on. Just the lights came on. And the word guides came across. Guides, guides. So by this stage, I'm in a bit of shock, quite a bit of shock. And I actually heard a voice speak to me, and it said, "You can go down this path now or later. It's your choice." So from that time on, I was doing it before, but from that time on, I have been very seriously looking into metaphysics, spirituality, and all of that stuff. So that is one of the bigger things that has happened in my awakening, for want of a better term, enlightenment, all of these terms that spiritual people use. And I just wanted to share that with you, because a lot of times we think we're getting signs and we're talking ourselves out of it, and then if it's something really important, I guess Spirit's going to hit you over the head with it. And if I hadn't have listened that day, because I hadn't listened for months leading up, I can't even imagine where we'd be right now. Certainly wouldn't be here. So please like and subscribe, and please email me if you've got any stories of your own. I really want to be interactive. I want to hear about people's interactions with their past loved ones, or their guides, or signs that you're getting. And I'd love to do a few interviews with people about their things that are happening to them, lucid dreaming, astral projection, any of it. I can't wait to hear from you, and thanks very much for listening. Bye.